Happy Saturday, Twin Cities, and welcome back for another inspiring Saturday morning here on The Connect Show. And if you're new, each week we come together to talk about all the things. We talk business, we talk marriage, we talk relationships. We're going to talk masks here in a bit, all the things. But first, please meet my co-hosts, Lasha Raditz and Michaela Club. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Well, Natalie said it. We are officially mask-free. How are you guys feeling? Have you taken off the mask, gone to the stores?
I walked into my office today mask-free, and I looked around and said to the gentleman working the front desk, we can do this, right? He goes, well, if you're vaccinated, you can. I said, all right, cool. Walked in, hit the corner, and someone stopped me. Ma'am, where's your mask? I'm like, oh.
Sorry about that. Let me get it out. Girl.
It just depends. I guess businesses have the right to still, demand you to wear them. So I am happy to be mask-free because I can't breathe, but I'm also cautious, right? I'm not going to just jump right in there and be mask-free every situation. I think I have to take it, case by case, place by place. So.
Amen. And, I'm guilty of it too. I'm fully vaccinated. I've been for about a month now. And after the no mask deal came out last Thursday, I ran some errands. Like I haven't been going places. And I ran into, I can't even remember what store, but I did not have my mask on. I was heading to the door and I knew I forgot it in the car. And I was like, I'm going in here real quick. And it was super quick. I was like 5 minutes, but I thought to myself, And once you really get going and wearing the masks all the time, I can see, how it is difficult to breathe in them. So it is a nice relief. But at the same time, I think, like you said, Lash, I'm going to make the right decisions. I'm not going to go into a very crowded place without a mask. But if I forget it in the car, it might just be okay. Right, Michaela?
Right? Yeah, you'll survive. I only have my first shot, so I'm still wearing the mask. I get my second one actually on Friday. So yes, but I was most happy that at the gym because trying to be on the stair climber or the elliptical with the mask, it just was not working. So yeah.
I know my daughter has to wear the mask. At least she did have to wear the mask playing softball, and she's like, Mommy, I literally feel like I'm about to keel over. So they just released them to now not have to wear the mask when you're playing too. So but yes, finally we get to go outside. It is getting warmer. I had an amazing weekend. So we talk about dating during COVID. I actually did meet someone last fall that I've been hanging out with. So we're going on 7 months. So I have a little bit of experience of dating during COVID. But how do you ladies feel about this whole no label movement? We don't need a title. Let's just be.
I think it's so weird. I'm sorry. I think it's so weird. And I'm possessive and crazy. So you can't even be dating me without me telling everybody or somebody, or at least telling myself that we are fill in the blank. We're going to call it something. Right. And it's funny. One of my friends, she's been dating a guy lately. She's divorced. He's divorced. They have grown kids for the most part. And they've been hanging out or whatever. And he isn't really commenting on her social media, and she's not posting anything about what they do on social media. And I just don't get it. It's just interesting. It's but I'm the old lady. That's what I keep finding out day after day, week after week. I'm out of the loop. Michaela, what are your thoughts?
I feel like whatever works for you, because your labels don't affect me. So I mind my business with that. But I feel like even having no label is still a label. You're saying that we're not doing this. I feel like as long as there's clarity, then, whatever floats your boat.
And all parties are in agreement.
Yes.
Well, I just said, let's enjoy these moments until we can't live without them. So, and we are having a wonderful time. I probably would have had a label on it faster than he is. He's a little bit slower, but we are hanging out all the time. We're enjoying life. And so I'm going to keep rocking with it until I decide, wait a minute, excuse me, sir.
Well, and you know what else I've noticed? It takes a level of maturity to have that kind of foundation and relationship. Right. You have to be very mature and confident to have that. Right. Maybe is that a security issue that you need a label, ladies? Right. That you need a ring. right? Does he have to be the husband? I guess those are all valid points and questions.
Right.
All right. Well, now that we can get out with the masks, move around a little bit, things are starting to open up. Is anybody thinking about taking a vacation this summer, getting on a flight? And Tulum, is it Tulum? I know that city in Mexico is very popular. It's like the new destination. My sister has gone there. You see all the girls on the stairs doing the photo shoots. Have you been, and what will you be hitting up this summer?
Yeah, I definitely have been. I took my children there last January before COVID happened.
Wow.
I take my children on trips versus gifts for Christmas. So that was our trip last year. And it was amazing. And I typically don't like to go back to places quickly after being there. And I could have went back the following week. I love it. It's beautiful. Good energy, good vibes. I have a girlfriend that's there right now. Wow. She says I'm back in like 2 months. I'm like, count me in. I want to go. But I am going to go to New Orleans here in probably July with a bunch of couples. So Nola's like my top 5. I love the food, the music, the energy. So I'm ready to travel. I'm fully vaxxed. Get me on a plane ASAP. Our next guest will get your mind right. She is a mindset coach and will be sharing all the tips that you need to shift your focus and improve your business. Stay tuned and we will be right back.
Marketing for local businesses is critical, but it can be pretty confusing. At Vivial, we work with you to understand your business and individual marketing needs to tailor a custom-designed solution so you can focus on what you do best, running your business.
Want to learn more about Vivial's digital marketing services? Find us online at vivial.net/Natalie.
Saturday on the Connect Show South Florida, mental health advocate Kyra Pinkney joins us to provide her insight on the importance of self-care and maintaining a positive mindset.
Mental health is your mental well-being, how you think, how you act, how you feel about the world around you. And much like physical health, everyone has mental health.
Life Swap coach Michaela Thompson shares her unorthodox path to success.
Sense of confidence and power, and that's why I realized that mentorship and personal development is so important.
If you've missed us live, catch the replay on YouTube at Natalie's Network.
Well, welcome back, Twin Cities, to the Connect Show. So we are so excited to have our next guest, Grace Brown, with us today. She is the Momentum Mindset Coach, and she is going to talk about ways that we can get unstuck and so much more. I just want to mention that she was also featured on the Connect Show Texas. She'll be on the Connect Show Florida. We're everywhere. But her story, I'm so happy that people are learning about who she is, her background, and what she does, because she really is just offering a life-changing experience. So welcome, Miss Grace Brown to the show. Welcome to the show, Grace. So happy to have you.
Thank you. Hello, ladies.
Yes.
Hi, Grace.
Yes, producer. Hey, Grace. So we love the name, that you've chosen for your business, the Momentum Coach. It takes momentum to create success. I heard recently money loves speed. Okay, yes. So momentum. Why this name? What about momentum is important to you?
Well, first of all, I'm all about moving forward, getting unstuck. We get stuck in our thoughts. We get stuck in situations. We get stuck in relationships that we shouldn't be in. We get stuck on jobs. We get stuck in so many different areas of our life. I'm all about moving forward, having that forward momentum, that forward positive momentum, because you can also have momentum in the wrong direction as well. And so really getting on course and staying in that direction, staying forward, having that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
You are such an overcomer and survivor, and have had life experiences that many people may not have been able to push through. They probably would have given up. But you figured it out, a way to kind of move through it and grow even after your son's suicide. Please talk about how you were able to do that.
First of all, and I appreciate you asking that question, because first of all, whenever you lose a child, no matter what the circumstances are, and in my case, it was suicide, you're not prepared for that, right? And so in all the different titles and things that we do in our life, whether we're a CEO or we're, you know, an aunt, a niece, a cousin, whomever, mom outranks all of those, right? All the titles, all the accolades in our life, mom ranks all of those. And so when that was taken away, it was, you know, I just shut down. And, you know, throughout life, I kind of been considered an overachiever, right? Or a wannabe overachiever. And so when I lost my son, though, it was like that of the ultimate fail, you know, and I began to question myself throughout every area of my life. So the first thing I did was got reconnected with my faith, you know, and with that, I also did meditation and watching, you know, videos, motivational videos and inspiration, things like that. But I needed more because I began to have these thoughts. Again, I began to question myself, question my position in life, question, you know, am I really a good person? Am I successful? You know, I lost my son. How did I fail him? How am I failing others? And begin to question every relationship, every intention in my life. And so that's how I started out pushing through. But again, I wanted and needed more. And so I would reach out, you know, and I would, you know, try to talk to counselors, and that didn't work out for me. Whether it's a scheduling issue or just, you know, for whatever reason, we didn't really connect. And I said, you know what? I have to do this for me. I can't shut down. I can't afford to shut down because I may lose my life, both figuratively and literally, you know, just like my son. And, you know, you internalize so much. And typically when I go through things, I do internalize it. I do shut down. I become reclusive and I keep to myself. And then I come back out, you know, and everything's okay. And I put on this face, right? But this time, I knew this time was different. I couldn't do that. And so that's where I started looking into mindset. And as I begin to understand mindset, I begin to evaluate my thoughts, even through meditation, just really examining my thoughts, kind of coming out of your body in like an out of body experience, right? And think about my thoughts and why am I thinking that way? What am I believing? Where did that come from? Where's the origin? How did my son's suicide trigger this belief? How did my son's suicide trigger this thought? And as I begin to understand my mindset and be able to separate myself from any mistakes, even separate myself from my son's suicide, is when I begin to have that breakthrough. And that's also where I begin to move forward in my life, in my relationship, in my career, and in my business as well. I'm trying to help others do the same thing.
Well, you know, we know that you have a military background, so I would love for you to talk about, and you did kind of mention a tiny little touch about mindset. So, but I'd love to know the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset and how that background works in your business.
Yes. So a growth mindset is one that believes that I can become great. I can do anything. I can accomplish anything with hard work, with consistent action, with implementation, taking action, not just dreaming it. As opposed to a fixed mindset that thinks, you know, hey, you're born with it. You either you're talented or you're good looks. All these things, you know, either you have it or you don't. It's very black and white when it comes to achievements. Also, with a fixed mindset, that kind of person will avoid challenges because the vulnerability. They're very uncomfortable with the vulnerability and don't want others to see their weaknesses, or because they're not aware of the weaknesses, because they tend to avoid challenges, they don't want to come face to face with those weaknesses themselves. And so they'll avoid a challenge. Whereas a growth mindset, again, they accept challenges, they seek challenges, because that's growth and development. That's how they get that momentum, right, and move forward. Yes. And I have to say, a perfect example of that in the military, even at 17 years old when I joined, was when we're road marching during basic training. And so I was probably a $120 at the time. And between a rucksack, rifle, boots, everything, I probably was carrying my own weight. And I was in South Carolina, Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and there's red clay there. And so whenever you take a step, you know, your feet are, all this weight in your feet are sinking into the clay. So I literally had to lift my feet for every step, right? And I tend to kind of, I don't want to say drag my feet, but I don't really lift. I had to lift my feet. And so I remember thinking, if I could just get through this and eat, because my stomach was touching my back by then. And so, and I don't even know how far, maybe we went 3 to 5 miles, I'm not sure. But so I remember, you know, at 17 years old, this little girl, and I'm going, and I'm like, I can just make it to the end. I can do it. I can do it. I was even quoting scriptures. I can do all things through Christ, you know, just to get to the end. But then I remember distinctly that there were a couple of gentlemen, a couple of guys, and I believe they were just fresh out of high school as well. Maybe they were in college. I can't remember that part, but they were athletes, and they were falling out of formation. And it could have been due to dehydration or whatever it was, but they were falling out. And you would think, how are these physically fit guys falling out of formation? Like, of course they can do it. If I'm doing it, they should be able to do it. But see, and they had the same confidence as well. I remember that part. They had the same confidence as well. Oh, yeah, this is
The
good. You know,
mindset.
I do football, I do this, do that. But see, it wasn't the physical because they thought because they were, physically and fit and strong that they could do this, right? But it wasn't the physical. It was the mind that was going to get you through that formation. So my mind got me through the formation. Whatever my motivation was, whether it was to eat or anything, my mindset got me through that road march.
That's good.
A growth mindset. If I do this, I can do anything.
Right.
Them, well, I'm an athlete. I run, however many miles, I can do this. I wear a helmet and in football. I ran track. I can do this, and they fell out because that is a sign of a fixed mindset that believes your natural talents, your natural gifts, that you can is what creates your success, and that's not true.
I
And
love
that's my
that
first
analogy.
experience in the military of I guess when I think back to that, when you ask, is the difference between a fixed and a growth mindset.
That's a perfect analogy. It really is. Tell people how they can find you, how they can work with you, and just be in your space. You have so much energy, and we all want momentum. So what do they need to do?
Well, you can definitely call me at 832-844-6940. You can also reach me at on any of these social media platforms. So that's Instagram or Facebook. The handle's the same, at the Momentum Mindset Coach. Also, www.momentumcoachingwithgrace.com. I also have free resources there as well. So check me out, drop me a line, WhatsApp, and let's get connected. See how I can help you create some forward momentum in your life.
Yes, Grace. Momentum. That's what it's all about. What a great way to start our Saturday. And I know so many people out there in our audience and just watching at home are going to benefit from what you shared today. So thank you for that. Up next, we are checking in with Christy Primer. She is talking all about how you can crush your goals.
Welcome to Crush It with Christy. I'm Christy Primer, president of Primetime Consulting Services. Everything that my products and services lead to is empowering and educating women to step up and into the woman they want to be. A lot of times women get lost in the hustle and bustle of being a mom, being a wife, being a manager, a business owner. They forget to slow down and really tap into what they want. That's where I step in. I would love it if we could connect and really look at where you want to upgrade your life, starting with your mindset and really tapping into your dreams and desires. You can have it all. The relationship, the money, the business, the family. You just have to make the decision that you're worth it. Connect with me on Instagram or check out my website, and let's link arms and help you live your best life.
We hope you're enjoying the show because we level up your circle one girl boss at a time. You see, it's what I like to call high-hanging fruit. Come reach your next dimension and join the membership at theconnectonline.com.
Welcome back to the Connect Show. Twin Cities, we're right here on the CW. So our next guest, I'm excited, ladies, if you're a Pinterest person or you're looking to just grow your blog, this next woman is amazing. She creates content. She does all the things. Please help me welcome Miss Shonda Nicole.
Hi, everybody. So excited to be here with you today.
Hi, Shaunda. You started out in corporate, and then your career kind of pivoted a few times. As I was reading your bio, I would love to know how you kind of got to where you are now, content creating and blogging. Tell us your journey.
Sure. Well, first of all, thanks for having me, ladies. I'm so happy to be on with everyone. And so I'm Shonda Nicole, and I did start out in corporate many years ago. And I do think that gave me a really solid foundation, because I was doing on-the-job training, recruiting. I did sales team management. So I think it really gave me a good foundation. But from there, I just have a motto about getting paid to be me and doing the things that I love, because I think that's what you do best. And so my motto is to teach other women how to get paid to be you or yourself also. So I was a cheerleader in high school. My daughter grew up and she was a cheerleader. So in her early days, we started a store for cheerleaders because I noticed that there just wasn't a place for us to show up and actually buy things for her, like try them on, that sort of thing. And so our store went from a mall location, remember the mall. So
right. Where?
Yeah, the mall. So we went from the mall to wholesale into warehouse office space. Our biggest customer became Amazon. And I found myself with some free time that I hadn't had in many years, having mall retail hours. So I started collecting a home decor brand called Mackenzie Childs, and I just put on my entrepreneur hat because they have this annual sale every year where 20,000 people come to their little village of 900 and do the shopping at this big event for 4 days. Right. So I thought to myself, so if I'm going to go to this event and shop, maybe I can pay for my trip and shop for other women where they pay me a commission, a fee to get on my list, and I'll do shopping for them. So I got clients. I put an ad on eBay. I got clients. And one of my clients mentioned to me that the brand was hosting an Instagram contest so that you could skip the line and get in first. So my daughter created for me my very first Instagram account, and I won the contest, skipped the line, shopped, made a bunch of new friends, and just had a fantastic time. And then I just I kept the account and continued to just post organically, and other brands kind of showed up and said, hey, will you do this and promote our products? And it grew into a business from there. I added a blog so that my customers would know where to find me each year that sale happened. And then I just began to write articles about the things that I liked. And Pinterest became one of the, I guess, the platforms that I really began to use to actually get traffic to my blog. And I shared a story. This is a big pivot at this point, if we didn't already go from cheerleader to.
I know I have several questions in between here that I want to jump in and ask. And I just want to point out the very first, most important point that you made is that you said you wanted to get paid, right, for your services, collaborating with these companies. And that's so important that was an intentional thing with what you were doing and how you were able to grow. The point was to get paid. And it wasn't overnight, because the same daughter you're talking about, I think, is now in her 20s, if that's right. And which, by the way, you're like Lasha, you're like a unicorn, because you both have these daughters in your 20s and you guys look so young. I just love how unapologetic and bold you are in your business and your endeavors, which now you are like a master pinner person. There's a name for that. I know that's not it, but I want you to talk a bit about how you started collaborating and really making money. There are so many women in business and female entrepreneurs that want to know. And we see people like you have a huge following, 100,000 plus people follow you, go to you, work with you. How do we get these collaborations with these big brands online?
Sure. So I always say it starts from an organic approach. I used to just do this because, and I feel like anything that you would do for free is your passion. And so that's where I started in this space. Is I was promoting for that brand that I love to shop for. It was just something that I did because I was passionate about it. So you start in that space, and I teach Instagram and Pinterest, and I believe in like using all your resources up there. So tagging brands when you're talking about them, it's kind of like you're saying, hey, I'm here, letting them know that you exist. And Pinterest, it's such a, I guess, an anomaly to people. We know that we go up there to figure out what we want to cook tonight, or, how to eat this craft, but not many people know how to use it for business. And that's where I found a real niche in that area, using Pinterest to actually drive people to my blog, my website. And there I'm able to offer them products that I sell, or, different courses that I may be offering. So that's kind of how I try to use my different social media platforms. And secret here, Pinterest is actually not a social media platform. It's a search engine. So that's one of the really fun secrets about that.
There's so much to learn from you there.
Oh my gosh, I admit I love Pinterest. It's so addicting. So I pin all day if I could, but love for you to share some of the key things that somebody might not know about how to get started if they want to be a blogger or a content creator. Like, give them some tips and tricks on how to get that started.
Sure. My first thing would be start before you're ready. And what I mean by that is people often say, oh, I don't have an audience. I don't have pictures. No one does when they start. So just dispel that myth, start before you're ready. Just jump in and get started. No one has an audience. They have to start somewhere. And then the next thing I would say is so that you're not blogging backwards. That's a story I always tell about myself, is that you do it right from the start. And what you want to do is learn SEO strategies, which SEO is search engine optimization. But it's actually a lot easier than that techie word SEO and search engine optimization. And Pinterest is a great way to understand SEO, but in a visual sense, and learn how search engines work, because that's how you're going to build your audience, by understanding the platform that you're working on and how they're actually searching for the information that you're sharing.
Such good advice. Well, Shaunda, where can we find you if we want to connect with you? What do you have coming up next?
Sure. We have a couple new projects launching for women, specifically for the this month in May, which is Women's Health Month. And then I'm also launching my Pinterest Magic Marketing course again, which I'm so excited because, like Lasha said, I could talk Pinterest all day. I could pin all day. So that's launching in June again on the 1st. So you can find me at my blog is my name. It's ShondaNicole.com, and for Pinterest, and you can definitely sign up for the free live training, or just ShondaNicole.com/subscribe, and you can see the other fun things that I talk about, like collecting Mackenzie Childs, if you want to keep in touch with me that way.
Thank you, Shaunda. So there is more business conversation coming up right here on the CW Twin Cities, and we'll be right back. All of that and more next.
Did you catch the Connect Show Texas Saturday? Well, we had a packed show, and we kicked things off with LM Organics founder Cassie Kang sharing her line of organic products.
And so we're really proud of this. It's sustainable packaging. It's recyclable cardboard with a little sifter there.
And later, lifestyle Dr. Brooke Stubbs has some knowledge to share about how we view cholesterol and how we should be monitoring our own.
Task Force Screening Committee, who would tell us that we didn't need to be screened for cholesterol till we were 35 as a male or 45 as a female. And that just isn't true anymore.
And finally, founder of Made to Order, Audrey Whitley, is here to talk all about cleaning by design. Catch the replay on YouTube on Natalie's Network.
Well, welcome back to the Connect Show Twin Cities. What a great show. I just love this. Every week we have so many amazing guests that we can learn from and be inspired by, and they just are so courageous in sharing their stories. And I love to learn. I know you ladies do too. So make sure you're following all of our guests today on their social media platforms. We've been rolling them across the screen, and make sure you follow us as well.
That's right. If you are looking to get tapped into an amazing network of women and want to join us, you can catch us over at Facebook at Natalie's Network.
And if you're enjoying all of this girl boss magic that we're giving, catch all of the past episodes on our YouTube channel. Binge watch them Netflix style. Natalie's Network is where you can find us.
That's right. You guys make it a fantastic weekend, and we will see you next week.